For all my barbers out there, is the only place that you get any repetition or any practice or learn anything just in the shop? Do you think that just by cutting hair you're going to improve? Now, I will tell you that cutting hair is, the repetitions that you get behind the chair cutting hair is going to improve your skills. I will say that. But what I will say is that the other piece of your repetitions is learning the proper and the right ways to do things. How to set up a fade, how to set up a taper, how to set up a gentleman's cut, how to make those things happen. That's it is what it is, gentlemen. Ladies, it is what it is. Right? Don't just be out here saying, "Oh, like I'm just out here living that barber life," if you really not living that life. If you are a barber in the game who is seeking to improve, grow, or do anything, and you don't have a a favorite or a group of barber influencers that you like, if you don't have a tutorial that you watch or somebody that you watch, I'm telling you, you are going to get surpassed. I'm telling you, you're going to get surpassed. Why? Why? Let me tell you why. Because the barber who wants to improve and who wants to get better in things, who wants to speed up their cuts, who wants to grow their clientele, they're taking the time. Like, you're spending time on social media, and you're not even looking at what you do for a living, or what you're trying to do for a living. But you're the same one that complains about, oh, it's slow. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. You're making a whole bunch of excuses, but you're not even committed to the craft. You're not even committed to the craft. And to my athletes out there, understand that doing a haircut is game day, right? So however many haircuts you have in a day, that's how many games you play. Now, are you going to pick up some stuff, figure out some things over time? Sure. You are, sure. You're going to pick up a few things here and there, and I'm going to do this because it's easier. I'm going to do that because, this works. I've seen this before. I've seen that. You're going to pick it up. And don't doubt me on that. You're going to pick some things up. But the problem is that I see a lot of barbers who they more or less develop their own system based on bad habits. They develop their own system based on bad habits. Oh, well, come on, everybody cuts different. Yeah, everybody does, everybody cuts different. But in general, they follow and pay attention to the same rules, right? They pay attention to the same rules. Now, it may look different, cutting with clippers, with guards versus cutting clipper over comb. Two different processes, same basic principle. Two different processes, same basic principle. I want you to understand that. Two different processes, same basic principle. And but it's understanding the foundation of how things work. Right? Understanding the elevation of hair. Right? If I elevate the hair up higher, it's going to be softer. If I bring it down lower, it's going to create a harder line if I'm cutting with shears. Right? Very basic principle. Higher the elevation, softer. Lower the elevation, the more abrupt and the more harsh the line is going to be. Like these are things that you need to understand. And when you're fumbling around, listen, everybody's going to fumble around. Everybody's going to figure some things out. Everybody's going to work through some things. Like they're going to do all of that. They're going to do all of that stuff, right? Like I get it. I totally understand what's going on. But if you're committed to this, if this is what you're going to do, I'm saying you probably need to improve. Oh, my clients like the way that I'm cutting their hair right now. Do they? Just be honest. Do they really like it? Or do you think that they like it? Oh, well, they're coming back. Okay. That's fine. They are coming back. But you have to understand that humans are creatures of habit, right? A better barber might be a town over, right? A person who they really like the way that they cut their hair. But they're not going to drive 30 minutes to get a haircut. Right? And it's the same thing as like for the barbers that started in the kitchen. Very few people that I know who started in the kitchen will tell you that somebody called them for a haircut because they were going to a wedding or they were going to some sort of special event. I don't know of any barber that can tell me that like they was the man outside of the shop when they was just in the kitchen before they got in the shop. Before I don't really know no barbers that say that. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm just saying. I don't know no barbers that you might have been. Listen, if you listening, you might have been the one barber. But most barbers, they were most kitchen barbers were convenience barbers, right? Oh man, I ain't got to go far. Hey, Johnny, right around the corner. See if we can hit him up and get a haircut. And the barber in the kitchen is treating it like a side hustle. Oh man, just give me $5. Your price point is probably what really attracted people to you when you were in that state. Your low price point is what attracted people to you in that state. I'm just being honest. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. So, but hear me out. Please hear me out. All right. The barber industry, you've heard me say this before, and I'm going to say it again. The barber industry is growing so fast. Do you understand me? It is growing so fast. The skills of barbers is now crazy. What you would see in magazines or, Hollywood, your local barber is now doing these styles. Your local barber is doing this, right? The things that barbers are doing now, it was like you was an extreme specialty if you could do this stuff back in the day. Now that everybody has access to this information, now that they got barber courses, they got barber tutorial, they got all of this stuff that you can see. Now that they got all of this stuff, like it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And I need you to really understand that. Like it I need you guys to really understand, like, what was acceptable in the 90s as far as haircuts is no longer acceptable. I mean, you want to talk about the change? Look at the change in kids' haircuts. It was acceptable back in the day for your mom to put a bowl on your head, cut all the way around it, and you go to school. It was acceptable for the barber to give you a low even Steven and line it up and call it a day. Those things are no longer. I have seen kids cry over an even Steven. A low even Steven like used to go back in the day. Oh, straight crying. I've seen them cry. Now they want all of they want the same haircuts or a little more interesting haircuts than what adults get. They want the French crop fades. They want designs. They want the Edgar or the extremely low taper with all of the bulk, and they want a design in the back of they want this stuff now. Kids are getting these now. Not just adults, kids. And you have to understand that if you are basing your start or basing it on what your barber once did back in the day, your barber when you was a kid, it's not acceptable now. Times have changed, right? Your skills need to be on point. You need to grow. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But all my people, they do. But you probably like a limited, like you're either in an area where there is nobody, or you might be the walk-in guy and people just end up getting stuck with you. I'm just going to tell you, they just end up getting stuck with you. And that's how they treat it. Oh, man. Well, at least I can get in his chair. May not be great, but, you know, whatever. I'm, I'm just telling you guys, like, you got to improve your skills. And yes, this is, like we talked about before, this is barbering. This is an art. And this is something that people take very, very personally, right? If you critique or talk about their skills or what they take it dumb personal. Uh, and sorry, that was so unnatural. They take it personal. They take it very, very personal. But understand, if a barber who is like, let's just be honest. Can we be honest for a second? Barbers, can we be honest? If Kobe Bryant told another Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Michael Jordan told another basketball player that they were trash, or, they're weak in an area, this is not going well, you need to work on this, or you need to do this, or whatever. Can you argue with them? Or are you going to say, I'm just as good as Kobe? Because if you're going to say, I'm just as good as Kobe, it's outrageous. Outrageous. Right? Our work is our personal brand and our personal representation. Our skill set is just like I said, it's our representation. Okay, that's cool. But we all have eyes. Some of us may wear glasses, some of us may not, but we all have eyes. And we can see the difference in what we're doing and what they're doing. We can see that. So if the barber approaches you and says, hey man, you need to work on this, don't jump and take offense. Don't jump and take offense. They're trying to help you. Right? One of the greatest things a barber ever told me. Right? I was talking to him and I said, man, like, some of the other barbers, that I've worked with, or they didn't give away the information, right? Like, they would help some, but they wouldn't really give away the information. And he looked at me and he said, you know what, Devon? He said, I've been doing this and I figured this out and it's taking me this amount of time. He says some people fear that you are going to take their clientele, or you're going to do things like that. And he said this is an industry where people have a choice of who they allow to cut their hair. Right? And he said, I want you to get better. He said, you're not going to pick it up as fast as me. He said, I've got years of experience already. I've already done this. I'm giving you the cheat code to save you some time. He said, but I had to figure out a lot of this stuff on my own. So you're asking me these questions. I'm going to help you because you still have the journey of figuring out exactly how it works. You still have the journey of figuring out exactly how it works. Guys, look, just understand that it's okay. This is a skilled trade. You're not going to be good at everything, especially not in the beginning. Like, this is a skilled trade, so you have to take the time to learn the skills. I just don't understand this cocky attitude towards somebody trying to teach you the skills. Like, seriously? Somebody is trying to teach you the skills. And you're like, nah, I'm good. Because you don't respect the like, this is not, okay. This is not a personal business. Right? And what I mean by that is like emotions and feelings in this business, especially regarding your haircuts and your education behind haircuts and things like that. Emotions are gonna slow your growth. And here's the truth: if you don't like the person who is teaching you, right? If you don't, then find somebody else. Find a source that you can hear from. Find a source. But I tell you what, a person who is actually willing to teach you, whether you like them or not, you can learn something from them. You can learn something from everybody, even if it's what not to do. Even if it's what not to do. I don't know, guys. I mean, I really don't know what it is that you want me to tell you. But sometimes, like I said, even if it's not what to do, you can always learn something from somebody. And in this barbering industry, you know a quality haircut when you see one. Let me make myself clear. You know a quality haircut when you see one. If your haircut is not quality, maybe you should study the quality that you desire. Whether it's from the barber next to you cutting it, or whatever, maybe you should study what you desire. I'm just saying. Uh, you know. But hey, what do I know? Huh? What could I pop? What do I know? I don't know. Anyways, guys, listen. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Band of Barbers podcast. This is episode 85. 85, and we still alive. You understand? 85, and we still alive. We still at it. We still got content. We still trying to figure this thing out. I'm still working through some things as far as how we're going to structure the episode and so on and so forth. I think I like this format a little bit better. No need for the introduction. Let's jump right in. At 85, like if you've been listening, you know who I am. So, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Share and subscribe. Please comment, talk to me. Let me know what's going on. What do you want to talk about? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Anyways, as always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.